Hey everyone, it's Sierra. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing two bag organizers. The first is the Samorga and the second is the CloverSac. The Samorga I purchased myself and the CloverSac was sent to me with no strings attached, just to do a review and to give my personal opinion. And yeah, I mean, come on guys, I'm gonna give my total honest opinion. If you think I'd sell myself out for like a $20 bag organizer, then you obviously don't really know me. So yeah, I'm gonna be totally honest. But spoiler alert, I like them both, so there's not gonna be any like bag organizer bashing happening in this video. But if you're interested in seeing the pros and cons to both, then keep on watching. Okay guys, so I changed the camera angle just a little bit because I think this will be easier for you to see. And it's definitely gonna, oh, hello lips. Okay, so let's do it like this. All right, so I think it's gonna be easier for you guys to see this way. And I'm gonna start with the Samorga. So the Samorga organizer is made out of like a really high quality felt, and it's really thick and nice. They have lots of different types that you can buy depending on the bag. So they have some for Celine, for the Louis Vuitton Neverfull and Speedy and Noe. They make one for the Goyard St. Louis, for Mulberry, Gucci. Like, they make a lot of different styles. You can customize your order. So I have this one where you can, oh, sorry, take this in and out. Some of them are made that have like more like a water bottle loop on either side. So you have options as to how you want to design yours. And I'm pretty sure that they will even do some custom orders. Like if you want specific, like I think someone said that they got this as all just one pocket instead of having a pin loop pocket here, which I think would actually be a really good idea because I never use these pockets. They also have 30 different colors, so you can definitely customize this to the interior of your bag. So I got the navy because I use this in my Empreinte Speedy that is in the Infinity color. So it's a really, really great bag organizer. I love that it's like really thick because it kind of gives a better shape to my Empreinte Speedy, which is kind of, you know, doesn't have a very definite shape. And is a little soft. So I love that about it. I love too that I feel like if anything spilled, like this would protect the interior of my bag. It's very well made. Like you can tell that this is just really well made. I think some cons with it, which is not a deal breaker. The shipping took a long time. I think from the time I purchased it till when I got it was almost a month. And you know, at the end of the day, I think it was still worth it because I like this so much. I just think that because we live in like an Amazon Prime, you know, shipping in 2 days type of world, that people get really antsy and impatient, which I did. But I think that it's worth it, and I don't think that that's a deal breaker, but just wanted to point that out, that it does take a long time. And within that 30 days, there was really no communication to me, like when it was shipping and things like that. I kind of was just sitting there like waiting. So it does take a long time. The other thing that could be a con for some people is that the price is anywhere from $50 to $100 depending on the size. So this is on the more expensive side of bag organizers. Again, I think that it's worth it personally because I really like this bag organizer. But if it's not in your budget, then you may want to consider a different one. So just really quickly, you have pockets here, you have pockets on the inside here, then you have this thing that you can take in or out, and there's 2 pockets here. So there's a ton of pockets. And so I'm just gonna super quickly show you what you can fit in here. You can fit a mini pochette, you can fit a continental size wallet, sunglasses case, clay and the vernis. And the reason that I love bag organizers, but this one in particular, is because I feel like more delicate items, especially like this vernis, they're just the felt is so soft that I feel like it really protects this. And so I do really like that about this bag organizer in particular. I have a Kylie lip kit. I just wanted to show you, like, I thought it was a good size. My Longchamp coin pouch, some gum, and you put some tissues, a compact, hand sanitizer. So you can see it's pretty full. You could still fit a little bit more. So I'll shove my keys in here, and my keys are obnoxiously large. They're only so big so I can find them in my enormous purses. So that's pretty full, but you know, I could still stuff some things in the pockets here on the outside. So it fits a lot. And yeah, I really like the Samorga. I would definitely recommend it. So I'm going to take all this out, and then I'm going to show you the CloverSac. And again, the CloverSac was sent to me for free. They just reached out to me, and I was just like, hell yeah, I want a free bag organizer. I'm YouTube famous. Big time, y'all. Big time. Okay. So here is the, let's do it this way. This is the CloverSac organizer. Whoop. There we go. And this is the Emma in the beige. And they have, let's see, I think they have 4 different sizes. So they have a 22 inch, a 28 inch, a 25, and a 35. And if I am correct, I believe this is a 28, but don't quote me, I can't remember. So the way that this comes is a little different than the Samorga. So on each side here, there's a little piece of plastic, and it's like a hard piece of plastic that you put in here, and then you have to snap it shut. And I'm gonna be honest, as you can see, it was like, it's not like hard, but I guess it's hard for someone who is like kind of inept like myself. But so you have it on both sides, and so then you go and you snap this side. See, it's snapped, it's not hard. And then on the bottom, this whole long piece is also a hard piece of plastic. So this I think is nice because you get a really light bag. So this is kind of like a nylon-y material. So you get a light bag organizer, but you do get some nice support and like a structured base from these plastic pieces. So I think that that was a nice touch that they did. That is one thing I didn't mention with the Samorga. You know, I mean, they're about the same. The Samorga is maybe a little bit heavier. It's not a deal breaker for me, but that might be for some people. But this is pretty lightweight, and I think that these little plastic pieces are nice because they give it some more structure. So you have 2 pockets here, and then you have just a big pocket on the outside, and then a bunch of pockets on the inside, these here. And then similar to the Samorga, you have this middle insert. Oh, sorry guys. You have this middle insert, and then it snaps out. So you can just have like a gigantic thing in here with just the side organizers, and then kind of use this as like a purse protector. Or you can put this back in. So I'm gonna show you again with some things in here. So I'm just gonna snap it back in. And the CloverSac doesn't come with quite as many options as the Samorga does. So it comes, again, it comes in the 4 sizes that I mentioned. The colors that it comes in are red, beige, and silver. So it definitely doesn't come in the wide array of colors that the Samorga does. It doesn't fit quite as snugly as the Samorga. I feel like the Samorga is definitely a little more custom fit to your purse. Like this isn't bad. It just, there's like a little gap, you know, on one side of it, which like, you know, you could just put your wallet there in the purse kind of. But yeah, it's definitely not quite as custom fit as the Samorga. Some definite pros where the Samorga was lacking. I had very fast shipping, and the customer service was really, really amazing. like the person who was emailing me asking me if I wanted one of these, she was like totally on top of emailing with me. When I finally said I would take one, which was after like a week of me lagging on email, their website was down, and she immediately emailed me back and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, our website's down. I'll let you know when things are back in action." So I was just really impressed with that, with how fast she was in contact with me. And I think probably the best thing about this is that it has a much lower price tag than the Samorga. So depending on what size you buy, it's anywhere from $22 to $29. So, you know, in like the $25 range, whereas the Samorga is like in the $50 to $100 range. I did just notice though that this zipper, or this thing is not staying shut. So let's see. There, I just did it again, so let's see if it comes undone when I put some stuff in. So let's put some stuff in this one. So I'm going to try and put everything that I just put in my Samorga in here. And this one is a little smaller, so I don't think it's going to fit everything. So this one, whereas the Samorga had just 3 pockets here, this one has 4, and they're smaller. So this clay will fit, but this vernis clay does not fit. I mean, it would if I pushed it, but I don't want to, so I put it over there. So this could be a pro or a con depending on the type of things you keep in your bag. Like, it's not gonna fit the round coin purse, and now there's nowhere over here for that. So I'll just have to put that in here. So it's definitely a little tighter. I can fit tissues in there, no problem. Can fit my Kylie lip kit. Whoop. My hand sanitizer will go there, but you can see it is definitely a little tighter. Gum and keys. So it all fits, but I did have to definitely throw some more stuff on top here, whereas I did not with the Samorga. And, you know, I didn't have anywhere to put my round coin purse where it wouldn't get scratched. I could put it here, but when this is in your purse, it's kind of harder to get into these pockets. And the same goes for the Samorga. The pockets on the outside are just kind of difficult to get in and out of. So if you're not using the item in this pocket very often, then it would be fine there. But I prefer to keep things in here. So you can pretty much fit the same amount. For both organizers, I should note, you cannot fit a cosmetics pouch, which is kind of a bummer. I'm gonna lean over and you're gonna see a whole lot of my face. Ready? Whee! Ooh. Okay, so this is the cosmetics pouch that I'm using right now. It's the Tory Burch. And like, I could set it on top of here in my purse. So let me just also show you how it looks in a purse. So I used this CloverSac in my Retiro, and it actually fit perfectly. It helped the bag keep its shape. And I did not use it with this. So I took this out because I found these little things limiting. So I just used it like this. So it's mainly, I use it as kind of a base shaper and to protect the interior material from getting dirty. So that's mainly what I use this one for. So if I piled all my stuff in here, I'm not gonna redo it, but you can see that, like, you know, there's a bunch of space in here. And what I do when I want to carry my cosmetics pouch is it just sits on top of everything. So it's, you know, not super functional, because if I want to get anything out of here, I have to take that out. But, you know, it's like a medium-sized bag. If this was an enormous tote, then that wouldn't be an issue. But I think with any size bag like this, like an enormous cosmetics pouch isn't going to fit. And I guess, you know, as I'm saying that, I just realized that the obvious thing to do would be to put the cosmetic pouch on the bottom like that. And so then that would fit, and you could just pile up stuff on top of it. I guess the reason I don't do that is because my cosmetics pouch is one of the most frequent items that I'm in and out of. Like, I'm constantly you know, blotting my face, putting on chapstick, putting on new gloss or whatever. So I'm in and out of here a lot, so I don't like it to sit on the bottom. So I'm just rambling at this point, guys. I want to show you also what the Samorga looks like in the Speedy. Which I have showed before because I've done an entire video on the Samorga, but put it in there. And then, like I said, I take this part out. So I really, actually I have been using this recently just to kind of like force myself to use it and see if I like it again, and I just don't think that I do. I think that I've realized the only reason I use these bag organizers is to give my bag a little bit of shape and to protect the fabric. Like I don't actually use either one of these very much for organization's sake. I use it to protect my SLGs. So like I put them in here and you know, they don't get banged around by everything else that I'm putting in here. But I don't use them so much for an organizational aspect. I am getting a couple tote bags in the near future, and I think I probably will utilize the actual organizational function of a bag organizer a lot more with those bags. But with these ones, because they're already kind of on the, you know, like they're not small, they're not like a micro bag or anything, but you know, you can't fit a ton in here, so it kind of just organizes itself by virtue of not having much space. So, hold on a second, guys, I'm gonna move you. Oh, hi. So I'm back. So, to wrap this up, I really like both bag organizers, and I think it just depends on what you're looking for and how much money you are willing to spend. So, yeah, I really think that they're both great organizers. I think that the Samorga is slightly higher in quality, but you pay for that. So if you are willing to pay twice as much for the Samorga, if you have a bigger budget, I think I would probably go with the Samorga. But that said, I don't think that the CloverSac is by any means a bad organizer. I think it's great, I like it, and I use it in my Retiro. So I think that they're both great. It just depends on what you're looking for and what you're willing to spend. So I hope that that was helpful. And if you have any more questions or want to see anything else in them, just let me know and I can send you some pics or do another video or whatever. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you guys all again soon. Bye.